Okay. Okay. So tell me, how is your paramedic program going?
It's going well. I did well in school. I've completed the program. I just need to take the National Registry exam and I'll be a nationally registered paramedic able to practice.
Oh, that's wonderful. You did well in school and you just have to take your exam. Have you scheduled your exam?
I have taken the exam once already. I failed the obstetric and pediatric portion of it, so I need to reschedule it and take it again.
Okay, so you struggled a little bit with the first exam and you're going to it's your goal to take it again. And have you scheduled the second exam?
No, not yet.
And so tell me more about why you haven't scheduled the second exam.
Well, there's a lot of reasons why. And I work right now as an EMT basic at the BLS, basic life support level. And
so you're really busy.
Yeah, I do work. I work a lot. But becoming a paramedic would mean I work at the ALS level. So I would get paid a lot more. And
so you have a lot of motivation.
Yes, but our paramedic trucks at work typically get run harder. So it's more pay, but it's more work, and there's a lot more complicated calls, and a lot more risk involved. So there's more, there's more given, but there's more asked of you. Right now, and I would like that. I'm getting bored of practicing at the BLS level, and I would like that. But right now, it's also going to require a good amount of studying from me, and I'm very busy, and I haven't taken the time to set aside. I haven't set aside that time yet to do the studying, and then also, I'm not. I pay my bills with the money that I do make, and so I'm looking at the money that I will be making versus the extra work that I'll need to be doing is not too great of a motivator considering my bills are paid.
Oh, so you're struggling with motivation. But I hear you saying that you really want to do it.
Yeah.
But you're struggling with motivation.
Because
the work is a lot harder.
Yes, and the biggest thing really is it comes down to setting aside that study time, which I haven't been willing to do yet.
Well, you've given me one reason why you should set aside your study time, and that is that you get paid. Can you think of some other reasons why you should set aside study time?
It's just good to be good at your field, be good at your job. So it would always behoove me to be studying pre-hospital paramedicine.
And did you think you were going to go beyond paramedic eventually?
Yeah, I'd like to be a firefighter.
Okay, so that's
critical care paramedic would also be cool.
Oh, very cool. So it sounds like it's really important for you to find the time to take the second test because you have goals that you want to make for your career goals.
Sure.
Does that seem right?
Absolutely.
So how do you think you'll make the time to study?
Probably the biggest motivator for me is going to be I'll be bored of practicing at the BLS level.
So you feel like it's...
Which I am, and so that's going to push me. I just took a protocol exam, and so I had to do some studying for that, and then I ended up doing a little bit of studying for the test as well.
So you feel like being bored will be a good motivator for you to want to take that test.
Yeah.
And so basically time, when you get good and ready and bored, you'll make the time. How do you think you'll make the time? Because you did say you were pretty busy.
I mean, I have the time. I just have been choosing to fill it with other things. Mostly sleeping. So I'll just have to do it. Have to choose to do it.
Choose to do it? Or do you use schedules or do you set aside?
I don't. I should. I don't.
Okay. So it sounds like this is a really big priority to you because you want to move on. It sounds like you're getting close to being motivated to scheduling that second exam.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound right? Is that a good summary?
Absolutely.
Is there anything else that you can think of to add? to my summary or?
No, I think you pretty much nailed it.
Okay. So let me ask you this. What steps would you be willing to take to make the time to study for that second exam? What steps could you engage in?
I don't know what would be besides simply doing it. I mean, I'll sit down and study sometimes. A lot of the time would be maybe prioritizing the time that I have while I'm at work to study instead of sleep. You know, when I work 24-hour shifts and if we're not running a call, we can do whatever we want. But, you know, I'll take that time to sleep. What I could do is I could make sure to get more rest before work so that, you know, when I have that time, I can study instead of sleep at work.
Well, that sounds like a great idea. So, yeah. So come prepared to
just come more rested.
Use your downtime to study.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a partner at work who?
Yeah.
And
I could ask for accountability maybe from my partner.
Or what about a study?
There's tons
study partner help.
Yeah,
like
my
that.
partner actually, she's in paramedic school right now, so that actually wouldn't be a bad idea.
Oh, that sounds awesome. So you said you could be more rested before your shifts. You could use your downtime while you're on shift to study, and you could engage your partner to be able to be a study partner for you.
Yeah.
Those are great ideas. Can you think of some other things that maybe you could do to help prioritize? What about the times when you're not working?
I don't know. I can't think of anything besides just do it because I want to. I've found some of the best, if I don't have to, because no one's making me, I don't have to. It's not like work, they're like, you have to do it or you're fired. If no one's making me, I gotta want to do it. If I don't want to do it, it's not gonna happen.
Finding your own internal motivation is the most important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely the most important to you because, like you said, you already make your bills.
Right.
So you make all your expenses.
Right. So there's no it's not like school where there's a deadline I have to do it by now, or let's say you can't do it. There's nothing like really holding me to that. So I'm just gonna have to get bored with my job and move up to the ALS level, or need the money for something.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
But I don't know. If something happened, car breaks down, need a new car. I don't know.
If you did need the money for something or wanted to save for something, what would that be?
I don't know. Maybe I got a girl pregnant and then I really need a bunch of extra money.
That would be a reason for needing extra money, and you feel like that would be a good motivator for you?
Oh, yeah, that would probably do it.
That would do it. Okay. Well, what about something else? Like, what kind of hobbies do you like to do?
I like to sleep.
You like to sleep for a hobby? Okay. Well,
I like to ride motorcycles. I would like a new motorcycle. That would be really cool. I would like some money for a bunch of new tattoos. That would be cool.
Well, that's awesome. Those are awesome ideas.
Yeah, I'd like to travel some more. There's a couple. I'm going on a snowboarding trip this winter with my buddy Zach.
Oh.
In Arizona.
So is that a motivator that might motivate you for wanting more money for that? That might breed your internal motivation to
that
help
might
you
help.
wanna...
That might help. I might not even be able to make that though, because that's in like 1 month. So I might just do that off of BLS money. But
okay, so setting aside time while you're on shift, engaging your partner to be a study buddy, finding the internal motivation by being bored at your job, or even setting a goal for something you want to save money for. All of those sound like great steps to take and a really fantastic idea to help move you towards having the desire to schedule that second test and move on with the goals that you have. I love your goals. I love your career goals and your plans. That sounds awesome. What ways do you think you already now could make some of the changes that you talked about?
I could definitely choose to get more sleep, probably. I don't know. I sleep a lot. But eat more, take better care of my body so I'm not, just exhausted at work.
I see.
And keep my nutrition better while I'm on shift, because I'll get hungry enough and it'll just take all the energy out of me. It's not like I'm necessarily like if I eat, I can do the whole 24 without sleeping, but
preparing meals in advance for your 24-hour shifts, like meal prepping, maybe
exactly
for your 24-hour shift would be something that would help you make that change now. Have you mentioned to your partner about the possibility of helping you study?
No, we haven't. It's kind of her night. She likes to sleep too, so I don't know. And we're pretty busy, so that might not be a great idea, studying on shifts, because especially recently, we have just been busy. Just go. Like, we don't even make it back to the station sometimes for the whole shift. So.
And do you drive when you're on shift?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take turns driving. I was wondering how that might work out if somebody studied while you drive. Is that a possibility, or is that?
Yeah, the rides aren't that long usually, and when we're on the way to the calls, I'm actually working on my paperwork. I'm like, there's a lot of stuff that I can do before we get there, so I'm prepping my reports while she's driving, and then obviously while I'm driving, so I can't,
Yeah.
And then the rides really aren't that long. Like, if we do get to clear and we're heading back to the station, dude, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna eat my snacks. I'm gonna get really tired. Maybe in the beginning of the day. I have this EMS app on my phone where I can take these little quizzes, and I can send them to just like little 10-question quizzes. And so I could be studying like that.
That sounds like a great idea, yeah.
I could be waiting in the halls for my patient's nurse to come so I can, get a signature, and I could be taking quizzes. So, yeah.
That sounds like a really realistic way to be able to take advantage of the little snippets of time that you have.
It's tough though. It's so much easier said than done, because like you say that, you're like, oh dude, I got time in between. Yeah, I got 5 minutes to, when I'm waiting on people or whatever to do. When you're in the minute and you're working, you've been working all day and you're in there. When you have that time, you take that time to go, and just like, you know what I mean? Pull out your phone for the first time in 3 hours, and you know what I mean?
You want to relax sometimes at your downtime.
You don't want to study. You're tired.
So what are some other things that you could think of that might be ways for you to help you change?
Get off and just want to do it. Just like, you're just going to have to want to do it. Just get up. Just got to be a priority. Like, dude, like the things that you want to do in the day, you do them first. You know what I mean? Unless they're time, settled. But if you really want to work out, like if exercising is really important to you, you're going to get up and you do it first thing in the morning. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like your internal motivation is what's most important for you for getting to studying for this test and taking the test, and that at the beginning of the day, prioritizing it to be done first before you do other things would be important to you.
Right. And you say like oh, why don't you just do it? Like, just take it. Like, it's like, it's a hard test. It's a hard test. There's a lot of studying. Mm-hmm. It's not just just take it. Like.
So what would that look like to prioritize it at the beginning of your day, especially if you're working 24-hour shifts? I imagine you're sleeping a lot. So what would that look like for you?
Like I said, I think a big thing is getting a handle on my nutrition, because my whole body just works better when because like I'll stretch myself really thin with the eating. I'll let myself go too long without eating, and that affects everything. And then it affects rest, and it affects mental rest too, and energy and everything. And so I think that is that's my main goal right now, honestly, like in my life, is like eat.
So meal prepping sounds like it's a really important part of the preparation for you being able to set aside time to study.
Yeah. So
what would the steps be that you need to take for meal preparation?
Cook. I did that today. I baked a whole thing of the chicken quarters, and I tore them up, and I filled up 2 Tupperware tubs with them, and I cooked a bunch of rice, and I filled that up.
That sounds wonderful.
I mean, yeah, I just bring those with me, but I haven't been doing that. And I need new lunch boxes. I left those ones in the back of my truck. They got rained on.
Oh, okay. So getting some lunch boxes would be a first step.
Yeah.
And then planning out your meals
mm-hmm.
so that you can meal prep. Because when you do it, it sounds like you're really successful.
Yeah, and then it's just like making myself eat, because sometimes I'll bring food to work and I'll just like straight up not eat it.
Oh,
So just a little bit of discipline. Need a little bit of discipline in my life.
okay. Well, I think you have some fantastic ideas for helping you get to this test. You really talked a lot about internal motivation, getting bored at your job, and you talked about prioritizing sleep in advance so that you can take advantage of little snippets of time, and or even when you're not on shift, taking advantage of the beginning of the day, prioritizing it as something that you really want to do. So sounds like you have some really good ideas. I'd really love to see how that works out for you next time we visit.
Cool, thanks.
All right, thanks for coming in today.